discussion that we're having. Next, as we talk about saving the lives and the livelihood of the American people and of course, the life of our democracy. So in terms of saving lives, the only way we're going to have rid ourselves of this as well as open up our economy is evidence, science-based testing, testing, testing. Testing, just think of the T's, testing, tracing, treatment, and isolation then when necessary, of course, with social distancing. But in terms of a legislation of what we can legislate and fund, testing will be a very major part of this. We need a national strategy to do so. I think it's long overdue. Our first bill, March 4th, was testing, 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 but it really didn't produce, it didn't come through in terms of policy. Our most recent bill, the interim bill signed a week or so ago by the president is about $25 billion for testing. That's not enough, but it's what we could get, and we need to do much more. Whether we're talking about testing, tracing, treatment, et cetera, we have to do it in the most ethical way. That everybody, when we hear, oh, there are a disproportionate number of people dying and among people of color, well, we want to get to them sooner, to test, to trace, so we can save lives and not recognize that there is a path that is better than the one we're on in this regard. So that will be a major part of this. And with the testing and the tracing and the treatment, that we will have to have a core of people to be going out there, culturally appropriate, linguistically appropriate, and the rest of that, into communities to trace. More on that perhaps in a moment. Then the third part, honor our heroes, state and local. Open up government, testing, 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 science, that's the key to opening up government. And third, putting money in the pockets of the American people. And again, the heartache that is out there. One mom reported, reported that the moms reported that 1 in 4 children, I mean, this has been something as my motivation for being in politics, how children, research from Brookings reported that 1 in 5 mothers say their children are not getting enough food, 3 times the rate during the Great Depression. So in addition to putting money in people's pockets, direct payments, unemployment insurance, some other tax credits, et cetera, we really also need to put food on the table. We had SNAP in the first bill, and the next 3 bills that wouldn't accept SNAP. We have to have SNAP. When I was hungry, you fed me. I mean, what is it why is that a mystery? The American people know it. The food banks are overwhelmed, and we have to have a significant increase in SNAP in there. So again, we've tried to do this as much as possible in a bipartisan way. Republican and Democratic governors and mayors across the country support what we're doing with the state and local honoring our heroes. These people risk their lives to save other people's lives, and they may now lose their jobs. It's just not right. We'll probably have some kind of, well, I won't go into the whole bill here because I have to get the agreement of my caucus, but those are the broad categories that we will be working in. And within them, our appropriations piece will address the Postal Service and things like that. So that's kind of a taste of what our discussions are, but very important for you to know the priorities. And in all the bills, we had some element of this, of testing, of state and local, of distribution of funds. So this is no departure from where we went before.